Hey guys, well, here we are, starting a new venture, a new life, if you will. Just bought this trailer. It's a 7 by 14 by 6.5 tall utility trailer. All right, starting off, as I already told you the dimensions, 7 by 14 by 6.5. This is it. It's got the RV style door hinge right there, or the, not hinge, the door mechanism. And it's a tandem axle with brakes. It's a pretty standard utility trailer. There's not a whole lot to it as far as the expectation there, right? Not insulated, so I'm going to be doing the installation work. It does have a 12-volt battery, ran to an interior light and an exterior light, and that's about all there is to it, folks. Walk around and give you this side view too. Not that it's that interesting, but you know, whatever. There you go. And the battery's up front, right there. So this is the rig. Alright guys, start us out inside. First thing I'm gonna do, and I'm not gonna video a lot of this, but the first thing I've got to do is remove these wood panels. They are hollow inside, is where the insulation is gonna go. I'm actually gonna pull the trim off, and then I'm gonna pull the channel out of here, and pick up some insulation tomorrow, and I'm gonna start laying this stuff in here. That'll be the first step. Let's get started. I've also got my buddy Ryan here to help me out with the build. Are you excited about this thing, dude?
Yeah, I'm excited.
Okay, are you gonna help me work on it?
Yeah, I'm gonna help you.
Cool.
Yes, Mom. Stay here. Doing good. Look right in.
One of many. Here we go. Do it. Alright guys, so the process for taking this trim off, all I'm really using is a decent sized screwdriver. I'm not too worried about scarring up the wood at this point because I am going to reuse this wood. I'm going to try to preserve it as best I can. But they've just got these things stapled in here, right? So I put it in, pretty much pry it loose. And then once it's loose, pull it off. I mark it so I know exactly where it came from inside the trailer. So that when it's time for me to put it back, or if I do decide to use it again, I'll know exactly where it goes. That's it. And this one is the right side, bottom, rear. Alright guys, so pulling these things off, we've got staples on them. All I'm doing really is just cutting them off, and then I'm going to hammer it down flat as I can be so I can reuse the wood later. For the trim, if I want to, I'm not going to use all of it, but I'll use some of it. Make all these little walls. And these are pretty much just, they just have screws into the actual metal beams themselves, so I'm going to pull these out and then pull these wall panels off and get that done. This next part here, we pretty much taken the one panel off, and the first thing I noticed is that my actual beams here they got a little bit of rust on them, like surface rust, nothing too crazy. So I'm definitely gonna get some rust inhibitor, and I'm gonna spray paint this entire thing. And I'm gonna seal all of the areas between the panels inside. So I'm still gonna just remove all of this, and I'm gonna treat the whole thing before I put anything down. So alright, before I went any further, I decided to be smart, and I'm gonna actually mark the areas that this plywood's coming off of. So for instance, this one right here, which I'm gonna have to flip it around, is gonna be, if you can read it, I know it's a mess, top, or left top front. This is the front way, towards the front of the trailer, and then this up here is to the top of the trailer. So I know the orientation when I decide to put this back in. Hopefully I can make it fit without having too much guesswork to do, and everything will just go back the way it came. Alright guys, so that is day one done. I'm just going to do some cleanup right now, and we're going to close up shop. Let me show you what we're working with under the panels. They've got support beam kind of down the side here, and you just got your actual aluminum. This is the outside right here, and then you've got these steel beams here. As you can see, there's a little bit of, I don't say, it's not really rust, it's like it kind of wipes off. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to try to wipe as much of this off as I can, and then I'm actually going to spray all of these steel beams that aren't painted right here with some rust inhibitor, and then I hit the creases right here between the aluminum folds, and I'm going to seal those up, dap those up so that we have a watertight area. And something else to look at is like right here, Down in the corner, there's a little bit of a gap right here. I know it might not be easy to see, but there is one to the outside of the trailer. And I'm gonna have to seal that up, probably from the outside and inside, both. But I will do all that. Game plan is to start that process tomorrow and get it done. I've already got a little bit of the insulation that I'm gonna be using, right? I'm gonna be using some of this Polypro stuff. Should be pretty good. And that's it for today. It's going to be a pretty long project, but I hope you can follow along, and I hope it's informative. That's really why I'm making it. It's just say, hey, this is my experience, these are the things I'm learning, and hopefully you can learn something from it too and not make any mistakes that I make. The other thing that I am going to do is close up all the doors eventually when I start tomorrow to look for light holes, like light gaps through the sides or anything. If I can see them, that means that no water can get through, so I want to make sure and seal those up as well. Alright, you guys take care. See you next time.